So I know it's been a while since I've been on here. It's been probably 3 weeks anyway since I put a video up, and that was not my intention. It was busy in the whole month of September with work. There was a lot on the go, and then I got really sick towards the end of the month, where I was sick for an entire week and I barely got out of bed, let alone being able to pick up a camera or anything. So anyway, I am feeling much better now, which is good. And so I was able to pick up the camera during last week, and I thought I'd share you some of the clips that we took. I realized when I was putting this edit together, because I'm editing it today, that I never actually really spoke to camera except for maybe once. So I thought I'd kind of share and talk about what we were doing for this video. So at the beginning of the month, actually first, what do you think? This is my new sweater. So about, I guess, 3 videos back, I went and it was like the hottest day in August, and we were in Mahone Bay at the Cosmic Hippie, and I picked up this sweater, you know, thinking ahead to hot autumn, and today is the first day I am wearing it. Oh no, it's cropped. Let me stand up, see if you can see. So that's it here. It is cropped, and the pants here are new too, and they're high-waisted, so I actually prefer that because I feel like I'm always pulling this down. So, but I just liked the color of it, and I thought it was perfect for fall, and so I had picked it up. So anyway, you can tell me what you think here, because it's got like a really big collar and that, so I could kind of have it fluffier or down or anything. But I like it because it has that nice cable knit look, which I really like, but usually they're in wool or acrylic, and I can't wear either one of those because it makes me really itchy and uncomfortable. So this one is I would say it's cotton, and it's actually really warm right now, so I'm loving it because it's nice and cozy without having that itchiness quality. So anyway, yeah, as I said, this was from the Cosmic Hippie in Mahone Bay. So anyway, so last week we did go on the Monday, we went into Halifax, and we kind of looked around in a few places. I stopped in at the Black Market. I always like to look at that store and just see all the little cute things that are in there. Then after the Black Market, we headed down to the waterfront, and we went to Vandal Donuts, and we got a donut from there. But then we went over next door to Creme, which is like their sister store, and that's like where you can go do the high teas, and they have beautiful desserts in there that look so real. And they had some gluten-free ones in there, so that's why we went over there to give them a try. And we had the lemon and these raspberry desserts. It was like a cream sort of dessert on the inside, but not quite a cake on the outside. It was a little bit different. That was so good. But it was so good. It was one of the best things I've ever eaten, like for taste wise. It was so good. So we will definitely be going back to that. And I had asked them too, because when you look at their menu, it doesn't say anything that's gluten-free per se. However, they will accommodate. So Rob and I wanted to do a tea there. They said, give us a week in advance, like, so book a week in advance of when you wanted to come, and let us know, and they would accommodate gluten-free. So that is really good. So that's something that we're gonna do. in terms of what we got, I didn't really buy much of anything on that trip to Halifax, except for in the black market, I just picked up a little spoon. I'm sure there's lots of uses for this, for its intended purposes, but I bought it purposely for my salt cellars, so I could, instead of having to stick my hand in all the time, I could just do a little scoop and then just tap it off in what I'm cooking. So that's all I picked up. I think it was like $4 or something like that, and so I'm going to use that for my salt. Other than that, I didn't pick anything up. So, but I did get a chance after this day to enjoy some of the fall colors. And then so yesterday I went for a work conference back into the city, and so I stopped in by this duly noted stationery store. I hadn't been there before, but I was looking for stationery that had, it was just papers and envelopes, so stationery sheets and envelopes instead of, I can see a lot of cards that you can write in a card and then in envelopes, but I've been having a hard time finding just sheets of paper and the envelope stationery sets. I guess nobody really writes a lot of letters. We got to bring that back. I'm going to start bringing that back. I'm going to start writing to people instead of just, texting or whatever. So anyway, so I was looking for a stationery set there. They had all kinds of things in there. I could easily spend my entire paycheck in there because if you're like me, you love stationery. I love pens. I love paper and all of those things. But anyway, I refrained myself and I did find what I was looking for, and so I picked that up. In terms of what I picked up when I came back from when I was in Halifax, so in the stationery store, you would have saw that in a clip, I did pick up this paper and envelopes stationery set. So I think it has like a few sheets of paper for each envelope. 30 line sheets and 24 envelopes. So that's kind of what I was looking for. I think I was looking for something a little bit bigger. However, this works. This works just fine. For what I'm looking for, it's also front and back. It's lined on one side and then blank on the other, so I can just write across on the other side too. But I got what I'm looking for there, so I was happy with that. I picked up a book for Rob, and he's reading it right now, so I'm not going to pull it from him, but I'll put a picture up here so you can see the cover of it. It's the music lesson. I can't remember it. I'll put it here, the title of it. It was one that he was looking for, so I've picked it up and gave it to him as a anniversary present. And then in Old Navy, I picked up the black pants that I'm currently wearing now. I was looking for dress pants, but they didn't have anything that was suitable for what I was looking for. But I did pick up this little purse, and I kind of call it the closest to like a 50s, sort of 60s handbag, but more of a modern look. I would love to have a 1950s handbag, but they're so expensive. Even like the replica, the replica ones, they're really expensive too. So maybe one day, but I needed another bag because when I was at the bookstore buying the book, as soon as I finished to pay, for some reason the handle strap came off my other bag and it fell. I did get it back on there, but I wasn't sure why I did it in the first place, and it was just everything kind of went flying. When a piece broke off and that went flying across the cash. It was, if you could have an awkward moment, if anybody could have an awkward moment, I can have an awkward moment. That's kind of the way it is. So with that in mind, when I saw this purse, because I was looking for something that had like a shorter like handle to it and had a certain kind of look to it, I saw this at Old Navy. They had them in this kind of wine color. I don't think it's quite showing up properly on camera. It's very much kind of a like, yeah, it's kind of like a wine sort of color. It looks kind of brown on camera. They had that one, and they also had it in black, but I decided to, I guess I was in the fall mood. I decided to go with the kind of that wine color. So yeah, so that's all the little things I picked up. I didn't buy too much of anything, but just those few little pieces. Let me know, of course, what you think of this sweater. Yes, no, maybe, whatever. Other than that, I've been reading very slowly, so I haven't gotten through as many books as I'd like to. I've been working on this same book. Oh gosh, what was it called? Oh, Discovery of Witches. And so I had borrowed it for the library, never got my way through it before it returned, and because it's an ebook. And then so I was able to get it back within a day or two. And I'm kind of making my way through it now, but I only have about 4 days left of this, and it had over 1,000 in the ebook. It had like almost 1,200 pages, and that was a lot for me to try to get through in one go. I am not a fast reader, so I'm not getting through my books that I had in my stack quite that quickly yet. We have been watching a few of my movies. We watched A Woman in Black, and we watched some Murder, She Wrote and all of that, but I still have a list of my little videos and things to go through. But in terms of A Discovery of Witches, I'm liking it. I haven't fully... I'm not fully in love with it yet. And yeah, I've been a few hundred pages into it. As I said, I'm a slow reader, and I've been working on other things. Anyway, I think I made a mistake of finding a review on it, and it said like Twilight for adults is what they described it as. And then as I'm reading it, now I'm going, oh gosh, I can see that. And so maybe there's anything wrong with like Twilight. If you like Twilight, great. I read all the Twilight books and that, but then I started seeing like some similarities of some of the things, because I'm so far in the book where it's the witch and the vampire main characters in the book, and she's finding out what is real and what is not in terms of the folklore around a vampire and what they're like and what they can't and what they eat or what they don't eat or all of that. So I'm just like, oh, that just reminds me, like, obviously of another scene from Twilight when Edward's trying to explain to Bella like what a vampire is than what she thinks it is. So anyway, I'm still in there. I'm reading it. I'm just not reading it that fast. So we'll see. I think will get through it, hopefully, in the next 4 days or so. But we shall see. We shall see. So anyway, that is my video for this week, friends. Thank you so much for watching. I would love if you subscribe if you're new. Stay safe and be well, and I'll see you in the next video.